back in Germany, and we've reached the final stretch of our 15-day glide down the Rhine with Scenic. And what a glorious glide it's been. We're in Heidelberg, Germany's oldest and most visited university town, a place with equal parts fascinating history and beauty.
Heidelberg is one of, well, about 5 towns that claim to be Germany's most beautiful. It's so beautiful that those most efficient of international travellers, the Japanese who do Europe in 1 week, make sure they come here. So beautiful that it has inspired writers and poets over the centuries. Oh, and pelvis-thrusting musicians too. That is the castle on the front cover of Elvis's album, Elvis in Germany.
Arguably the birthplace of German Romanticism, the charm of Heidelberg's old town, with its half-timber and Baroque houses lining its cobblestone streets, has seduced visitors for centuries. But for all its many sights, you can't help but find yourself drawn to what has become the trademark of this ancient city.
The writer Mark Twain wrote, "Out of a billowy upheaval of vivid green rises the huge ruin of Heidelberg Castle, with empty window arches, ivy-mailed battlements, mouldering towers, the inanimate leer of nature, deserted, disowned, beaten by the storms, but royal still and beautiful." Like many a marauding army before me, I've crossed the border from Germany into France, which was once German, then French, then German, then French, then German, and now French again. But I'm not here to claim territory, I'm here for terroir and the wine it produces.
We're in the region of Alsace and the little town of Mittelbergheim. The vineyards surrounding this serene hillside village produce one of the finest wines in the land, the Grand Cru.
Wine is obviously a very good reason to visit this area, but I had no idea of the history I might find. Look, some of these buildings date back to the 1500s and the 1600s. I guess it's no wonder that this village has earned the title as one of les plus beaux villages de France, meaning one of the most beautiful villages of France. Plus beau indeed. Très, très beau. Hellaciously beau. Damn, it's beau here.
The Seltz wine label is typical of many in this region, wine-growing families that have tended the vines for centuries. Albert Seltz continues an extraordinarily long tradition.
So how much area have you got underground here?
Well, actually, maybe 1,000 square meter, I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know, but it's very old.
Very old, dug by your ancestors.
Yes,
Huh?
14 generation. The house is from 1576.
And your family's been here the whole time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Almost 450 years of knowledge is now housed right here, and the fruits of those centuries of work are in the bottles all around us. After a day of indulging in France, it's back across the border to Germany and to the area known as the Black Forest. This mountainous region is famed for its dense forests and picturesque villages.
I don't know if you've ever been in an Australian forest, but it's very different to any forest we've got.
No, it is stunning. It's absolutely beautiful.
What's your interpretation of the reason it's called Black Forest?
Personally, I think it's because the Black Forest itself is intersected by quite a large number of very deep, almost gorge-like valley systems. Now, if you combine that with a very dark cover of evergreen trees that literally blanket out the sun, preventing it from penetrating to the ground, it creates quite a dark atmosphere.
It feels quite mysterious down in here too, doesn't it?
No, it does. It's shrouded in mystery.
After 2 weeks of winding our way down the Rhine from Amsterdam toward the ship's final resting point in Switzerland, through changing landscapes and across borders, we approached the last stop of our magnificent journey.
It says something about the absolute majesty of this ship that she's sliced through the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, France, and now into Switzerland. She's provided luscious comfort, pure delight, and what now should be boldly inked at the very top of anyone's bucket list as the trip of a lifetime.